How you feel on people like saying you cloned and stuff?
I am clone.
Oh,
He
So,
finna have a
you know the
mediator
blog finna
frenzy.
run
Oh
with
God,
that
hey,
one.
everybody
hey,
be
They
on.
said, oh,
why they always driving that again?
Everybody be on shade.
Nah, I just, as they say that shit, I just look at it as shit. When I
How you feel on people like saying you cloned and stuff?
I am clone.
He
So,
finna have a mediator frenzy. Oh God,
hey,
everybody
hey,
be on.
why they always driving that again?
Everybody be on shade.
Nah, I just, as they say that shit, I just look at it as shit. When I So, guys, that was NBA YoungBoy just admitting that he was a clone. Now, I've been telling you guys this time and time again. I actually made a video about it, talking about how NBA YoungBoy was cloned when he went to jail. And, you know, a lot of people didn't take it serious. They thought I was just bullcrapping around. They didn't take the video serious, guys. But I can indeed tell you NBA YoungBoy is a clone. And with him saying that, I believe that it sounded like it may have been Clubhouse that he was on talking about that he was a clone. So he's using the I am a clone, admitting to it as a way to take attention off of it, to make people not believe that he's really a clone. And this is a typical thing that clones do. We've seen it with Kodak Black, did the same thing when we talked about him being cloned, and so on. Whenever they're backed in a corner and they're asked about the situation, they'll admit to it and they play along with it to make it seem like it's not as real as it sounds. When they agree to it, people take it as a joke. Like, see, man, he's not really a clone. He's joking about it. That's how they distract us from the fact that he's actually a clone. And then he proceeds to go on explaining why he said that he is a clone, which makes no sense of it. Makes no sense at all, okay? Because the one he was trying to say that he's a new person. And a clone is that copy of who you were. Of course, it's going to be some little differences with the clone, but those differences are usually emotion wise. So him saying that he's a new person, yes, emotion wise, he is a new person. That's why we're seeing that emo side. He's doing things that NBA YoungBoy would normally do, and people are trying to justify it, saying that this is really him. This is the things that he's wanting to do, but he's just never done it before. Clones are much different from the real person in a lot of emotional and ways of expressing themselves. This right here, with him, making that emo video and stuff like that, that's showing you that he's a clone, because he does not know the emotions he had before. And that's something they're still working on with the clones. We see it with a lot of clones. They malfunction. Like Kodak Black's clone is always malfunctioning because they don't understand how that person used to act. And, they kind of go off their own little thing and how they're trying, how they're programmed. They can't be programmed to be exactly like that person. And like I said with Kodak Black, he was one of the people that was cloned and changed drastically from how he originally was when he got out of jail. Before Kodak Black went to jail the first time, he was not the same person that he was when he got out. He acted completely different. Like I said, that's something they're still working on with these clones. NBA YoungBoy finally got cloned, and now we're starting to see him act completely different. He's not the same NBA YoungBoy that we once knew. A lot of things have changed with him, and people are trying to find ways to accept this change, but it's becoming very, very hard to accept this change. With that being said, NBA YoungBoy is going to continue to get questioned about this clone thing. They're going to do it a few more times to throw us off, make a joke about it, and then brush it under the rug. And you won't hear anything about the clone situation ever again. But I can indeed tell you that this is a clone, and we're going to start seeing in his actions and the things that he does. NBA YoungBoy is going to be doing questionable things, but because his fans are so loyal to him, they're going to allow their judgment to be clouded with whatever they allow to cloud it. They're not gonna see any wrongdoing in what he does. He's gonna have a defense team that's extremely strong. But you can tell everything about Youngboy is clone. He's not the same person he was before. From the few pictures and videos that we have seen of him, he's acting completely different. And yes, people do change. Jail and prison do change people. But they still have those same emotions inside of them. But when you're a clone, you don't have those same emotions. You're trying to learn yourself. You're trying to be a whole new person. These clones are usually trying to be completely different people than what they originally were. That's how you tell the differences in the clone, because they're out here trying to find themselves, and a lot of times when they're trying to find themselves, they allow the emotions to reflect who we think they're gonna be. Bobby Smurder's another person I want to talk about. His clone, Bobby Smurder, was cloned too. Does not know how to react to society and is not the same person that went in. Yes, he did dance a little bit and stuff like that, but Bobby Smurder is acting like a completely different person. Completely different. Hasn't really made a career for himself, for himself, and is basically getting out. He's dropping bull crap and he's having fun. Like, the kid's living life, I can give him that. But one thing he's not doing is being himself. And that's how we figure out who's being cloned and who's not being cloned, because they don't understand themselves. And the elites are having a hard time with this part right here, figuring out the emotional part of the clones. And this is how they always continue to get exposed, because they can't control that emotional aspect. Like, NBA Youngboy even openly admitted that he was cloned, and people are still going to deny it. People are still going to say he was just playing, he was going along with it. No, he was not playing, he was not just going along with it. He's trying to take attention away from us actually believing that he's a clone by saying it, and then trying to come up with some bogus excuse on why he says he's a clone, which makes absolutely no sense. But it's going to continue to happen until people start waking up and realizing that they are cloning our young rappers. They're trying to make them control. Like I said, guys, once he got out, he had never been nominated for any kind of award, especially a Grammy. Then he gets out, he's nominated for a Grammy with Tyler, the Creator, because his soul is gone. He's a puppet. The devil has got him. The devil has got him. So now people have to wake up and see the truth and what's really going on. The evil out here in the world. The soulless rappers. The emotionless clones. And you can find clones all over the world. All based off their emotions, on how much they drastically change. And they can't be the person they once were. The Illuminati does not play when it comes to collect souls. And they will clone anybody to have that control. And that, like I said before, guys, he's getting nominated for Grammys and stuff now. What does that tell you? This is all part of the game. We're just in it. NBA Youngboy admits he's a clone. The truth is starting to come out. They're putting it right in our face. So what are we going to do? Be woke and fix it.